Dust storms, a homicide investigation, and a baby. Those are just some of the headlines that came out of the 8-day Burning Man Festival in Black Rock City, Nevada.
Yeah, as many as 80,000 people attended, including a nurse from the Bay Area who jumped into action to help with that baby's birth in the desert.
ABC 7 News reporter Francis Swing spoke with her today and is live in the newsroom. Francis.
Yeah, Dan, the aunt of the newborn tells me she came in at 3 pounds and 9.6 ounces. The mother was 35 weeks pregnant, but actually did not know until she went into labor. And as if by fate, a nurse from Berkeley was right there to help.
Every little thing makes a difference.
Maureen O'Reilly was brewing coffee for her camp like she did every morning. They had plastic bags over their shoes to avoid mud left by dust storms and rain. Day 4 of Burning Man started off calm before the chaos of an unexpected visitor's arrival.
My campmates ran over and said, somebody just had a baby.
As a registered nurse of nearly 25 years, Maureen's instincts kicked in. She rushed over to help.
I started yelling at people to turn the heat on, to get me some blankets.
2 other strangers, an emergency nurse and an OBGYN, also sprang into action.
They actually lift up the baby just as I get into the RV.
Worried about the lack of medical supplies in a rugged environment, Maureen held the baby until medics arrived.
It was just so frightening how, it's just we're out in the middle of nowhere with nothing.
A sigh of relief. Maureen could finally breathe when the baby was airlifted to a nearby hospital.
I feel a certain closeness to the baby just because I was the very first person to hold her in her first moments of life. The parents have already called me third grandma, which is so sweet.
Third grandma Maureen got a chance to visit the baby and her parents in the hospital NICU on Sunday. Aurora, named for her early morning birth, lighting up the Burning Man sky. A cryptic pregnancy, they all later learned, which happens to about 1 in 2,500 women.
She did not look pregnant, not one bit.
For Maureen, who's now been to 13 of these festivals, it's an experience in the desert she'll never forget.
To have that experience of having to take care of a little child that really needed me in those moments, I can't, I'm just feel so grateful for that.
And one thing that kept coming up in my conversation with Maureen, the RN today, she and the ER nurse were both camped out near the new parents, and the OBGYN was just walking by. So 3 strangers, all medical professionals, in the exact place they needed to be at the exact moment they were needed. Maureen really hopes now to all reconnect. Dan?
That is really remarkable. What
Surreal.
a great story. All right, Francis, thanks very much.